Happy Friday. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad this week is over-ish. Although my week did technically start, I guess, Sunday. It's been a long week. Anyway, here's your weekly update. I'm gonna try to make this semi-quick, but always good to have some face-to-face conversation or face-to-video or phone, or I don't know, phone-to-face conversation. Maybe that's it. You can tell it's a long week, eh? Okay. First of all, just a huge shout out to all of you. The VMAs and the clinical liaisons have been amazing dealing with me this last few weeks, specifically this last week as well. We've started to do this pediatric call at 11:30 about placement and opening everyone's minds up to some really creative patient placement. So they've been really great at hanging in there and, letting us muddle in their work. But I think it's going to be really great for the nursing units to understand that these are the kinds of things that we know how to do, but it's really helpful for them to just get on board. So I'm very excited about where this is going. So great work. Thanks for sticking in there. I know Vicki and Darcy have really been helping me out a lot with some of my crazy meetings and standing in for me, and Emily as well. Doing a really awesome job representing our department when I am unable to be there because I'm off representing our department somewhere else. So, thank you very much. Nurses, you had some crazy calls this week. That's all I gotta say. Lots and lots of this lateral transfer nonsense, but you know what? You guys do such a phenomenal job. Great customer service. Always just keep that patient customer service in mind. Keeping those great terms and functionality and making them think we really want to take care of them and we really want their patients, and we are doing everything we can to make that happen, even if there are some reasons that they shouldn't come. So great work this week. Keep it up. I am still meeting with everybody one-on-one, but I'll continue to do that. I think I'm going to wait until Karen shows up, until she starts with us, to really have our placement meetings that I was hoping to get done. I'm still working on that PowerPoint, but I think we have a really great opportunity as a team to sit down and discuss what kind of our guiding principles are as a department to make sure that we are making the right decisions, no matter what the external input can be at times, because we get a lot of it. So more to come on those. So I promised them this month, but I'm going to hold off. Plus, I don't know that I'm going to have time, frankly. Anyway. Okay, a few practice items. ED OBS is now taking some inpatient boarders. I know we've seen this happen. I had a formal meeting with their manager today just to kind of shore it up a little bit, because some of the things that are happening is that they move those patients without telling us, and then we don't get them retargeted. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, their manager was really just looking for a way for us to help engage that conversation a little earlier. So if we start to see that we're boarding patients we know are not going to be placed for several hours, hey, we know these medicine patients aren't going anywhere, they're not going to have a bed anytime soon, we want to give the ED OBS a call if they have a few beds open and say, hey, I don't know if you want to take a look. I know this person and this person and this person are going to be down in the ED for a long time. Do you want to take a look at them to see if they're appropriate for you to hold? And then we just need to ask them to call us back so that when they do move them and arrive them, we remember to target them to their correct location. So I just wanted to put that out there. So really try to keep on top of that. If you're looking at all that ED board and thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many, that we're getting more boarders, don't forget about the ED OBS space. They can and will now take inpatient boarders. We're trying to use as much bed space as we possibly can. So try them. Holy Spirit direct admit, so from Select. So they have a rehab on site, and they do from time to time need to admit those patients to the hospital. The physicians at Select are used to calling their physicians internally and having that discussion and then deciding if they think they need to be admitted to an inpatient or go to the ED. If they're going to be admitted inpatient, we've asked them to call through logistics, through the MD network, in order for us to start the process, kind of like we do our standard clinics. We'll take the information, demographic information, referring, accepting, reason for admission, and bed type, that kind of thing. And then we'll just validate with the accepting physician that they did in fact accept the patient. So you can hang up from the other facility, from the physician, just get a callback number, validate that patient has been accepted, and then we're just going to contact the PAR and let them know that that patient has been accepted, needs an inpatient bed, blah, 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 blah. So you don't really necessarily need to connect the physicians unless the physician says that they have no idea about that patient. So that would be a problem. But that's how we want to move forward with that. So I don't know if they'll start calling us now or not. They're going to try to socialize that as soon as I actually make a flow. I have to do that at some point too. So I'm going to get them a flow for that. But just in case somebody starts to call and you have that arise, I wanted you to be prepared and aware. Bed management assignments are changing. They are no longer going to have a schedule. The BMAs are going to start divvying out themselves who is managing placement on any given day and the tasks. And that document is now in our share folder. So every day, that way, everyone in the team knows who's doing what. So please, BMAs, make sure you go in and enter yourself in what tasks you're managing. And that way, the nursing staff, if they're trying to help you out or trying to figure something out, they can quickly look there and understand who is actually working on which tasks or doing placement. So please start that. That starts Monday. BMAs, placement BMAs, please just remember that you should be doing placement at least twice a week to remain competent, and making sure that we give each other a break when we can. I don't really care how you choose to do that. I just want to make sure that everybody stays up and up on what's going on what's going down in here. Yeah. Okay. COVID document. So there is a new COVID document that is the standard operating procedure for shared units when we have COVID and non-COVID patients in a shared space. It's pretty awesome. It is an Excel document and it goes by unit and it has floor plans to show you where we should be placing COVID patients and where we should not be placing COVID patients. So if you should get into a scenario where you have to start using space that's not currently identified for COVID, but because we have more COVID patients, you can refer to that document to say, hey, in MIMQ, they want to start at X. So, sorry, I got distracted. They'll start putting patients in X bed. So that document should be very helpful if we should ever have some more bumps in our surge volumes and things like that, okay? So take a look. I like it. I didn't make it, but it's pretty cool. Capacity dashboard, just for your awareness, since the PEDS ED went back to the emergency room, the patient PEDS ED has been converted back in teletracking to an emergency room type area. It is no longer counted in the physical beds or the staffed beds on the capacity dashboard, and it should now act like an emergency room space, not an inpatient space. Poor Brenda, she had to change it back. But thanks, Brenda. She's the best. Just some FYIs for you to take a look at. They updated our travel policy. My husband's now calling me. We have agent ID number, PRN numbers. Take a look at that. And the little info about Knowledge Center, as well as 5 vaccination sites that are going to be live, like next door to us. Okay, that's all I've got. I'm going to go. You can thank my husband for a shorter update. Hey, have a good weekend.